Hey, my beautiful followers. How is everyone doing today? It's Tuesday. Yeah, I was gonna say on Monday, but it's Tuesday. It's not Monday. It's not Monday. That was yesterday. Um, so hope everyone is doing amazing. Even though most of us are still quarantined and self-isolating, social distancing, all this stuff. And it's funny because I'm seeing all these memes and funny things kind of come up on Facebook and Instagram and all the socials. And today I saw something about women's roots and how we're about to see the roots. We're about to see the roots and like what women really look like. And I was doing my own hair and I just was throwing it up in a bun, which I don't wear this very often because I was a ballerina for years and it's just a little too reminiscent. But anyway, I was throwing my own hair up and I'm like, yeah, I see some roots. I see some roots going on. Gotta fix it. And my hair color is pretty much the color it's been most of my life. It's just a couple shades lighter. It is, people ask me all the time, like, do you really have red hair? I'm like, yeah, actually, I really do. It's a little bit blonder like I was when I was a child, but basically I have the same hair color, but I still get roots. I still get the root thing going on every once in a while. And I see all these people talking about and making fun of, like, we're about to see like what women's nails look like and what we look like with no Botox. Those of us who do Botox and those of us who do a lot of makeup, neither things I do, and hair and all this stuff. And it was just funny. I find it humorous in truth. But I'm brushing my own hair, just throwing it up because it's kind of a lazy day for me today. I have, my clients are all online, and the idea of roots really stuck with me. Not necessarily like hair roots, but the idea of rooting really stuck. And I was thinking, because actually this morning I was concerned. I did a bunch of gardening. This past weekend because I'm trying to grow. And I'm like, is all the rain we got yesterday, got a massive amount of rain in Texas, gonna ruin the roots of my plants? Are they not going to be able to truly root down and create a healthy rooting process? And then I've been talking, obviously, to all my clients and chit-chatting, texting back and forth, seeing some of them via video. And I'm seeing a lot of people struggle with their relationships. No wonder. We're stuck inside. We're in situations we're not used to right now with COVID, as far as people working at home together that have never worked together before, like worked in a home together. So we have this process of like becoming colleagues with the people that we're in good relationship with, people that we're not used to being almost like colleagues. And then we have kids and there's this financial pressure. There's a lot of pressure on relationships right now. And I see a lot of people, whether they're in a relationship, in an intimate relationship, or they're not, really looking and having to look at the roots, looking at the roots of their relationship or lack thereof, and their sex. So I'm seeing a lot of my clients right now, and I know a lot of you have reached out to me and said, like, my relationship's really struggling all of a sudden. Like, I'm seeing things that I didn't see before, and now I'm having to deal with this person. And that is the looking at the roots. That is the looking at, oh, maybe my roots are rotten here. Maybe we had some amazing roots. And in truth, things have grown in a way that are not healthy, that are not growing either of us. We've grown apart. I've got a lot of this going on where people are like, they're together now. They're together. They're in a house. They're doing their daily tasks and they're always seeing each other. And they're realizing that prior to this, they were going through the motions. They were just stepping through their lives. They were stepping through their relationship. And now they really have to look at it like, do you like your relationship? Have you created a relationship you love? Not saying that there's never any tension, that you guys don't fight. Because guess what? A good fight is important in a relationship. If you can't disagree with somebody in a healthy way, then somebody is not telling the truth in the relationship. There are truths being being held back, if you are consistently just agreeing, if you agree on everything, that is not a healthy relationship. It's not a healthy relationship. There should be disagreements. There should be differences of opinion. I'm not saying screaming, yelling fights, but there should be differences of opinion going on. And so I see a lot of people really struggling with this rooting process of going, okay, I'm looking at the roots now. I'm looking at my relationship. I'm looking at my lack of a relationship, and people going, oh, I thought it was this reason why I wasn't in a relationship. Maybe I'm the reason. Maybe I'm the root. Having to really look at themselves too, because at the end of the day, even in relationship, we are at the root of the problem, or the solution. We are also the root of the solution. And so it is looking at your relationship and going, what was this built on? Is this something we can rebuild or re-expand on? Is there beautiful new roots being planted and growing and expanding? Is this a time where in your relationship you're really stepping in? You're really doing the work. You're doing the hard work, because the work isn't always lovey-dovey connection work. Sometimes the work is the hard work. It's the having the difficult conversations. It is speaking a different truth than maybe your partner is speaking. Really diving deep into the perceptions that you have of each other and the relationship, and diving in there and really trying to fix it. Then there is also the connective pieces as well, and looking at that. A lot of people right now are either going to go one of two ways in relationship. You're really going to kill a relationship, or you're going to grow and expand. And sometimes that growing and expanding isn't comfortable. Sometimes that's not a comfortable process. Sometimes that's heartbreaking, and you feel like you've been punched in the gut because you're having to really look at things that you don't want to look at. And really, it again comes back to ourselves and that rooting process of self, and looking at ourselves in an honest way, in a loving way, but in an honest way, looking at our shadow, looking at where we're bringing a negative energy into the relationship, look at where we're mirroring other people's stuff. So often we will blame partners or blame people in our lives for things that are actually us just mirroring out. All the people in your life are there for a reason, to show you something about you. I don't want to get too far off the topic here with that, but it really is about looking at your relationships and looking at where you're not stepping up and where you're not doing your work. And then also looking at relationships that potentially you've been in for a very long time, and going, where can I heal here? Where can I reawaken this? Because I know a lot of people this is a beautiful opportunity for me to actually connect with my partner. This is a time for us to really reawaken our sexuality and really awaken our connection in the bedroom. We have time now. There's no excuses not to be taking the time on our partners. There's no excuse not to be diving deeper into our sex. Yes, there's stress, but this is a beautiful time to be processing this with your partner. And if you don't have a partner, this is a beautiful time, an opportunity. I love this opportunity for so many. I have quite a few single clients, and currently I'm single. Sometimes I'm not, but currently I'm single. And it's a beautiful opportunity to look at what you desire and what do you want to plant right now, and really root in your relationships. But also, if you're single, what are you wanting? What are you desiring? What are you freaking doing to call that in? What are you doing, and what are you willing to do to set up a life to continue to call that into your life and to make that happen? Because I hear a lot of times from my single people, well, I want this kind of person, this kind of person, this kind of person, and even sometimes from my couples. And they go off on like all these ideal traits that they want their partners to have. And I'm like, that's beautiful. That's great. I love that you know what you want. Are you the person that you need to be to live up to that? Are you the person you need to be to live up to that? You want somebody who's playful? You want somebody who is sexually open? Well, are you playful? Are you sexually open? Are you willing to really hold space for that once it's in your life? Because you might say, oh, I want somebody who's sexually open. But the second you get somebody who's sexually open, you're like, oh, I can't believe they're doing that. I can't believe they want to do that. Like, I didn't expect this. Have you looked at yourself and are you doing your root work here? Are you doing your root work here? It's a beautiful time to root in and connect with yourself, and then also to build on your relationships. To either you can currently nourish your roots. You can get some beautiful nourishment and expansion of your relationships, of your sex, of yourself right now. You really can. This is a beautiful time. You can be feeding those things in your life and also feeding business and other goals. But we're focusing in on these three today. You can really be nurturing these things in your life, even if that's self-pleasure, even if that is just taking an extra half an hour a day with your partner. You can really nourish these things, or you can kill them. This is also a time you can kill all of this. You can dive deeper into your negative belief systems and your ego. You can shut your sex down and create female and male blue balls and create negativity in your sex, create holdbacks in your sex. This is also a time you can demolish a relationship. And unfortunately, I'm seeing a lot more of that than I am the positive. So look at where you want to grow your relationship. And maybe if you're realizing your relationship is not for you anymore, it's a beautiful time to start making plans and to start really looking at where you do want to go in the future. Where you do want to go, what do you want for your life? What do you want for the people in your life right now as well? So if you're in a relationship, having those difficult conversations about either growing the relationship or maybe parting the relationship after this is all done. So I know that that's not a happy statement, but it's the case. It can be a beautiful statement. It can be a beautiful growing process. It can be a beautiful realizing and stepping into self, rooting in a different way. So wow, we're waiting for all the women's hair roots to come out. And I'm waiting to see if my plants decide to root with all this rain. Can also be rooting and looking at the core of everything else going on in your life. And make those shifts, make those changes, have those conversations, decide what you want, and then go after it. Because you're worth it, and you deserve it. But you have to decide that. So on that note, we'll let you guys go. I still have my fast track coaching going. So if you are interested in that, you can find that at addisonbell.net. Not going to go into that since I've talked about it the last few days, but 2 sessions for limited cost because I want to help. I want to connect with you guys, video sessions. Other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed. I love you, and please like, share, comment, help me get my message out there, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.